Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello. We're rocking it out here at USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and our show today is A Woman's Prerogative. Today, we're going to be talking about what I've learned from my intuition. And it's so interesting because we just had a show right before this, Women in Business, and we were talking about our intuition when it comes to food. So this is a great segue. I'm not doing this show alone. That would be super boring. I've got an exciting panel of women backstage joining us from around the world. Let's welcome them. It's Dr. Chan in the house. Hello.
Hi, Dr. Jacalyn.
How are you doing?
I'm good, actually. I'm having a good day. Yeah.
Happy to hear that.
The weekend and good day.
All right, you're looking good. Let's welcome. It's Jenetta Barry and the Epiphany Process. Woo!
Woo! Jenetta. Hello, everybody.
And of course, a lovely dear friend, the Harley Street stress expert, Caroline Heward. Whoa!
Caroline.
Oh, girls, it's great to see you. And our dear sister, Mariska, will not be joining us today, but we give a big shout out and hello. So it's nice to have you here, Jenetta. We missed you last week, but we understand it is very late for you doing these shows. And we're just glad that you're able to find. She's asleep again. Jenetta. Where's Andy?
What?
Well, I have to say before we begin the show that I am so excited because I'm going to meet all three of you in person in October. How amazing is this?
Woohoo!
Yes. I can't wait. It's like a dream come true.
Oh, it will be an epic meetup. I can't wait either. Be amazing.
All right, let's get into our show today. Before we start talking about intuition, let's hear about what you're doing in terms of being of service to others. Yes, let's go with Jenetta Barry first.
Oh my word. Talk about being dropped in it. In doing service to others, my main business is the Epiphany Process, which was born from my greatest loss when I lost my 16-year-old daughter, Jenny, to suicide after she and I had an argument. And I knew I wasn't going to survive. All the different ways I tried to get through it weren't working. And then I researched and studied and finally used the Epiphany Process on myself to get through. And then I've worked with thousands of people worldwide. It's just an amazingly accurate process. And from that, we've started up a charity where we help people worldwide to lift their spirits through creativity, through the performing arts and the arts. It's called World Jenny's Day, after my 16-year-old daughter, Jenny, who happened to die on the 10th of October, which is World Mental Health Day. So we have World Jenny's Day, and it's an amazing day that happens all around the world. This year, we've got a gala evening in London, in central London, on the 10th of October. And it's just going to be a day to remember as we celebrate mental health wellness.
Woo! I can't wait to get on the dance floor with you girls and really, have a good time.
We're gonna be partying.
It's going to be amazing.
So much fun. Thank you, Janetta. Let's go over to Dr. Chan up in the right-hand corner. What are you doing to help others?
To help others. Every day I'm helping others, to be honest. In the way that on a professional level, in a business level, I help to bring people's inner voice out, bringing their childlike essence so that they can then apply it to their life and change their life in a positive way. And if they want to write a song, if they want to sing a song, if they want to bring out their confidence of who they are, an understanding of connecting to their inner childlike essence or their heart, then I'm the one for you. You remain young, honestly. You have longevity and youth and a childlike essence connected to heaven and earth. That's what I do.
Heaven and earth. Yeah.
Heaven and earth.
Where can you have this much fun? Come on. And Caroline, the Harley Street stress expert, helping people bust the stress. Tell us more.
Well, I literally do that, help people bust their stress. And that can be in all forms, whether it's emotional, physical, behavioral, mental. So it's whatever you're complaining about, essentially. So we all have stress, even though we don't like to admit it. It might be sleep problems. We might be saying, oh, I'm not stressed, but I don't sleep very well, or I've got a really bad back pain, or I suffer with migraines. So that's what the imbalance is and causing the stress. And I help you literally bust your stress by identifying the root cause. So it's root cause therapy using chakra psychology. And it's very quick. It's a really easy process. And I offer a free consultation over Zoom, Skype, or indeed, if you're camera shy, over the phone, where I can help you with one symptom. And obviously, we're all walking around with more than one symptom. So if there is other things, then we can look at a program of helping you have and live a better life, a more peaceful life, and more importantly, so that you get incredible sleep and have better relationships with others and yourself.
Bust your stress.
Bust your stress.
Bust your stress.
Bust your stress. Bust your stress.
All right. Oh, you're so silly. All right, let's get into the topic of intuition, because I think we need to clearly define the difference between intuition and guilt. Does anyone know what I mean by that? Your intuition's telling you something, but maybe you feel guilty about doing something, and that's not really your intuition. Da 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 da.
Yeah, I would love
She's
to
awake.
step forward with
Yes,
this because
please
I
do.
talk about it. As I say, I so agree, Dr. Jacalyn. It's so easy to not only that, but judgment and fear can very, very definitely change your gut feeling, because it feels so real that it feels like it's definitely what's happening. That's the story, and it can distort and actually blind you from where the true light of what's happening is happening. And it's something that I made a conscious decision about after being in sales and marketing, motivational sales and marketing, and I was pretty successful with it. But I realized that people were operating on a rah-rah level from a place of fear, and were artificially taking my energy. So to be able to step into your own energy, find the ways to tap into your inner wisdom without being distracted from fear and judgment, then your intuition just goes whoosh. It's not a closed society. some people have it, the volume on it more tuned up, turned up, so that it's easier to access, but we can all access our intuition. And one of the things that I found in all the years I worked on my intuition before losing Jenny, my daughter, which set me off on another trajectory. But for nearly 6 or 7 years, I sat in circles and worked with other intuits and worked with clients and so on. And what I found is that there's no one way to be intuitive. They have categories. You can be sensory, you can be audio, you can be smell, you can be sight. There are categories, but within those categories there are different ways to tune in. It's like having a different radio with different dials. And I learned 2 ways to be intuitive that is so accurate for me, but nobody else talks about it, because we can get our own way to be intuitive.
Oh, that's commendable. Wow. I think you've covered it all. Literally.
Whoops.
She's
Oh, dear.
fully operational there.
It's fully operational.
Yes, that's brilliant. Thank you, Jenetta.
Wow.
And thank you, the epiphany process.
Yeah.
How about
Wow.
Caroline or Dr. Chan? Anything you want to add?
I'm
Yes.
happy to go. From the space of guilt, it is actually the saboteur of the second chakra, the sacral chakra, which is where the emotions and feelings reside. So that's where guilt comes in. And we can feel guilty about things and then act from that guilt. But those are low level frequency and low level vibrations that we're working from. Survival. And when we're in fear, that's the saboteur of the root chakra, which controls our immune system and also controls our blood, skeletal, hair, skin, nails. So we could have a bad hair day if we're in fear, for instance, or have skin problems when we're in fear of a situation not materializing or in fear of the consequences. And so that is the way that the body operates in terms of those low level vibrations. So the guilt is related to unexpressed emotions and feelings about a situation. And Jenetta, I was really impressed to hear you speak about, it was kind of insightful because I'd forgotten about it, about the extrasensory experiences. And for me, mine is I know things and I feel things. And I thought it was okay to know and feel. And if I started to see things and hear things, I thought I was going to be dragged away with the man in the white coats. And so I had this big deal on. I used to see things and I switched it off because I couldn't cope with it. I used to see colours. And I used to hear things and it really, really frightened me. I'm an ex-corporate girl, I couldn't handle it. So for me, it was cool and it was comfortable to know stuff. Just to know stuff without hearing it and to feel. And I didn't actually work out and understand that those were the higher sensory perceptions until 2018 at a workshop. And I was really shocked. I'd gone for 18 years in these extrasensory experiences of intuition without even understanding that that's what it was. So we do have things and we attune to whatever feels comfortable. And when I know things, I just know stuff. I don't feel like I'm trying to justify. I just literally know and I say it. And if I feel something, I just say it. And that's the intuition. That's a feeling of knowing rather than thinking.
Wow.
Both ladies of Jenetta and Caroline, you've absolutely mentioned the broad spectrum of it.
Not too much pressure for you, Dr. Chan.
Thanks, Dr. Jacalyn. Not too much pressure for you, Nick.
I'm just moderating.
Nice one. Except Madeleine, you are so in your intuition that what comes out your mouth now will be so uniquely yours that it will be full of gems. That's it.
Thank
Here
you
come
for
the
having
gems.
trust there. All right, I need some gems. Come on, need some downloads. Woo. What I don't know, from my experience of learning from intuition, in the way that it's about moving into a space where you're away from the distractions, away from the monkey chatter, away from anxiety, just complete relaxed, and to receive your intuition. It's important either you listen to sort of soft music, maybe a 5 to 8 hertz, which is the resonance of Mother Earth, which is the Schumann resonance. And it's like the bees. That's the bees resonance. Anyway, that kind of music works with our neurologistics, the neural, and it calms our brain. It will calm ourselves. It will take us from a 10 to a 5 to a 4 to a sudden calmness, neutral. And in that neutral space is where you can actually think of that question, recapture that question that was given to you or that situation, and go into that space. And if you feel your heart almost expanding, as if within you, you're just expanding and growing taller, and you feel uplifted, then that vibration, that frequency alone is the right resonance for you to pursue. If, however, you're contracted and worried and anxiety, you have to say, am I worried because I'm going to offend that person? Or maybe I have a fear about this. And then you go into, like a magnifying glass, and you go into it, why you're feeling like this. So the intuition, I think that a lot of people in this world, they know their gut intuition, but they wear a mask because they are scared, have a fear of showing who they really are and showing what their true reaction is to that question or that experience. So anyway.
Told you.
Very nice, ladies. You're really spot on today. So what I want to know is, what about when we're running full throttle? I don't know anyone who does that, but when you're going pillar to post and you're making decisions one after another, is it possible, yes, that you're not even paying attention to your intuition? You're just going through the movements.
I think that's intentional. For me, it's about setting an intent that I'm not only operating from my brain, I'm operating from a combination of my brain and my heart, and constantly checking in and bringing in the breath every now and then as well. So I'm in that consciousness that as I'm running from decision to decision, I'm plugged in and the volume's up. And sometimes when it does slip and I go, I'm out again, because I was being conscious, it's easier to plug in again. And so to me, it's about being consciously aware all the time, under whatever pressure.
Thank you, Jenetta. I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's really good. Yes, Harley Street stress expert. What say you?
I'd totally agree with Jenetta. That's exactly how it works. And it is okay to be in action and, to be, constantly doing things, because that's when we've set the intention of doing something, and then we move into that place of actioning the intention. So we have to move into a place of action to get stuff done. This is what we're here to do. We're in our physical form of experiencing in terms of the emotions and the doing. So we're spirit in a physical body. So it is about doing, and it's easy to get off track, especially when people say things or do things that kind of upset you or take you out of kilter. And so as long as, you know, my invitation is, as long as you stay focused with your intention in getting into the logical and practical stuff, so the action stuff, it actually creates miracles. And at the moment, I'm literally in a lot of action, creating movement to sell my home and move into a new beautiful home in a different area. And that takes a lot of action and phone calls and following up with other people, which can take you off kilter. And so it is important to almost bring yourself back by making sure you step back into your intention.
We will be posting Caroline's new address later on in the program.
Wales. And it's in Wales.
Send her a housewarming present.
Yes.
So here's a question I have, girls. The question is, exactly, what about when people want to try something new or they want to take a risk? How does intuition play in them? Because we can always play it safe. We know people who have lived in the same community doing the same thing. There's nothing wrong with that. And when we know people who are completely the other way. Where does intuition come in when we seek new challenges? Dr. Chan, you look like you have an answer.
I don't.
Oh, she
I
doesn't.
But I'll try.
All right.
Okay. So usually people refer back to a place where they were happy. Let's say they were happy when they were younger and they were doing something like, say, singing, dancing or cooking or something that made them really happy, that they didn't have the woes of the world on their shoulders. And they usually relate back to the past and being at that happy place, and then they can go forward. So a lot of people sometimes pick up certain hobbies or certain that they gave up, maybe because they didn't have time or they had the education, or somebody kind of put the fear in them saying that they're no good at what they do. So it's almost like you have to revisit the place where you felt happy. And I think that is asking your heart, genuinely asking your heart with a true intention, is this for me or is it not?
All right. I like that. As a follow-up to that, Jenetta, if we say to ourselves, is this for me? And everyone that you know goes, no, it's not. No, it's not. Then what do you do?
Well, I find my bed and blankets work very well.
These are the
Excellent
days of our
way.
lives.
Excellent way to handle it. Listen, I spent many, many years now making decisions and going forward where the majority of people around me have gone, you're doing what? I promise you. And it can be a very scary place to be in. But when I know I'm working from my heart, that my guidance is coming from a place of certainty, and I'm feeling very specific, and my heart is open, and there's a lot of grace surrounding what I'm doing. It doesn't then matter what other people think, say, or do. Having said that, that doesn't mean that I've got everybody going around me. I'm on that focus, and that's it. I'm okay. I have my moments. I had a big moment last week where I just, the joy of everything went out of what I was doing, because I'd gone out of focus and I wasn't in that place of open-hearted certainty, specificity, grace. And there's a certain way I handle that, and then start bringing myself back to knowing where the truth and the light is in what I'm doing. And my biggest guideline is, if this is making a difference in the big picture of things and it comes from love, then I'm on the right path. And if it's slightly off the path because I'm in that place of truth and light, I'll get back on the path again. But I'll still have family members and other people going, well, with what I do. And, you know, that's their stuff. That's their journey. And if I had all of them going, yeah, what you're doing is fantastic, I think my head wouldn't be fitting the screen. I kind of need them to sort of say, you know, you're nuts. And I go, okay, I'm nuts. That's fine. Cool. And that's how I handle it.
Look out for one exploding head. His head is towards you, Dr. Chan. Caroline, yes, please.
I'd like to add to that. I also, like Jenetta, have many people around me that are less than complimentary about some of my choices. I've always kind of done it in terms of the Caroline way or my way. And I used to call myself the white sheep of the family. I always did things, you know, with what I thought was right for me. And it was always against the grain, against like my peer group that I was around, and always looking outside of where I was. And I spent a lifetime doing that. And essentially, I've had to get very strong about my decisions and my commitments. And I've almost become so direct with, I'm doing this. I've made a decision, this feels right for me. And despite everybody kind of having a go at me saying, you know, I'm really worried, this doesn't feel right for you, you know, I'm worried about what's going to happen. I just literally have to listen with compassion and still kind of do it anyway, despite their fears. And I know their fears are coming because that is out of love, out of protection, because they care. But you know, if I had listened to everybody, I wouldn't be doing what I do now. I'd have been still doing the same first career that I started off doing when I first left school. So it is, from my perspective, really important for me to follow my own inner guidance, despite what anybody says or thinks. And it does create, at times, friction, which is difficult. So hiding under my blankets is one way of doing it, and I really, you know, sort of appreciate you saying that, because that's sometimes how I feel. But I kind of get a bit bullish and I just do it anyway, and then I kind of get them on side eventually when it all works.
Follow my inner guidance.
That is,
Follow
I love that inner guidance. I was going to say, my family is completely opposite in the way, sorry, Caroline, in the way that they say, well, none of us are going to be adventurous and go out and do crazy things because, Maddie, you've done so much in your life. You've had so much experiences. You've got a whole book full of it that we're exhausted actually watching you. And, you know, and seeing you go through these experiences. So you go through it for the family. That's what they say. So they say, well, we're just waiting for the next new thing or the next weird, wacky thing that comes out from your mouth or whatever you do. You're the family's ambition. Okay. Is that a good thing or not?
How do you feel about it, Dr. Chan?
I feel okay about it because they don't say that they're not judging. They're just saying, we're just astonished what's the next move for you. And, you know, because I come from a family of doctors and like proper qualified medical doctors and nurses and professors and teachers and pharmaceutical.
It's got to be a huge family.
Yeah, there's 7 of us. There's 7 of us all everywhere. There's like there is, you know, in Belgium, in Ireland, in the UK, everywhere. They're everywhere. And yeah, so I'm the only one who's the creative one in the family. All of them are intellectual intellects. So I was completely different to all of them. And that's why they said, you have the experience of that. We enjoy watching you. I think you mean that you enjoy watching me fall down and not being able to have I mean, they've got like houses and material and cars and big, and I have my heart.
Oh,
2 hearts to go.
oh.
Two hearts living in just one life.
I love that song.
It's a great song. Now, wait, I want to bring up an example of something that happened yesterday. So I went to hot yoga for the first time since October. You probably saw that. It was, 95 degrees. And of course, pushed myself to the limit as always. And I'd already signed up for Solid Core, not a paid spokesperson. And if you don't show up, you have to pay $35, whatever it is. So I was not going to pay the money. My intuition said, I don't think you need to go because your body is tired. You've been pushing it. And the business part of me said, I am not losing the $35. So I went back and forth. So I drove over there and I met with the coach and I said, this is what's going on. My back is feeling a little whatever. So she said, okay, you showed up, thank you. We're not going to charge you. You can go. And I thought, well, I'm here now. So what am I going to do? Am I going to be a little sissy baby and I'm going to leave and go home with my tail between my legs? Or am I going to be a beast and I'm going to get on the machine? So you know what I did. Yeah. But my intuition told me one thing. And then I don't know what that other part of me said something else.
No, Jenetta, please go. Please. Yeah. No, you go. No, I said
Jenetta's going. Go, Jenetta. I'm in charge here.
You're in charge. Okay. My turn. Okay. I think what happens is you've got 2 value systems that you're grappling with, in that your intuition, you're like all of us, we're learning more and more to tune into it. But your other value system is the fact that you do enjoy working out and getting your body to a performance level that really expands who you are in terms of energy and so on. And your other value system is money. So when you've got a conflict like that, it's difficult to know, do I trust my intuition or do I trust my body? Or do I trust that I have to spend $35? And when you can take those 3 together and learn where there's equal amount of gain in listening to your intuition as not going, and not going, that there's gain there, that there's equal loss. So you've got gain and loss going there. You've got gain and loss in your money, and you've got gain and loss in working out. And then what happens is there's no one of those 3 that's more important than the other. They all have value in different ways and forms. And when you have those 3 lined up in balance with each other, then it's actually amazingly easy to go, all of them are much on the same, but this is the one that feels like I should follow for today. And you feel completely at peace at that. And that's the thing, is when you've got dissension on one being more superior than the other or more important, then it's very difficult to know which decision is going to serve you best in that space time.
I love that. Thank you.
I do. Jenetta, that's wonderful. Gain and loss in both dissension. Yeah. I was going to say... Can I say something funny? I wanted to say something funny because I got something quite funny about it.
Yes.
Yeah, what I got was, like you're pumping up, you're doing your solid core, going, ooh, yeah, really, really like expanding superpower status, body, Amazonian goddess type of thing. But then you had a conflict because it's like, oh, do I really want to go?
Well, you know what it is also, when I was in corporate, and I was getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, $35, I would have been like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
But now I know how hard it is to
Nothing.
earn every
Yeah.
dollar. And so every dollar means something to me. And so
Yeah.
I can't just waste it.
Yeah. But was it worth it?
Yeah, it was definitely worth it.
Then that's all that matters.
I mean, it was worth it that I went to class. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Oh, Caroline.
I have a whimsical example, and it takes us a little way from your solid core. In England, we always talk about the weather because, as my father said once, which made me laugh, he said, in the world, we have 4 seasons per year. But in England, there is 4 seasons per day. And he said it with a very straight face, which would always, sort of make her laugh. It was very, sort of a tongue-in-cheek bit of humor that he would say, because he used to find it very amusing. It could be raining in the morning, sunny in the afternoon, and sleet snowing in the evening. So in England particularly, we are very focused on the weather. And so sometimes I see the umbrella and I think, nah, I won't need it. I'll leave it. It's going to be too heavy in my handbag. And when I see it and I don't pick it up, you can bet your bottom dollar it rains, and then absolutely pours down. So there's been so many times that's happened that when I see the umbrella and I think I'll pick it up and I go, no, I think, you must learn from your mistakes. So pick it up and take it with you.
Pick up that umbrella. Do it.
Yeah.
Is it a fold-up umbrella? Is it?
Yes, it is.
Large. What color is it?
I think it's a magic wand in disguise, really.
Yeah.
Well, my magical friends, we're running out of time. I want you to be able to promote what you're doing. So, who's doing something really mind-blowing that they want to share? Oh, no one? Okay, the show's over. No. Jenetta.
Not me.
No, not you. How about Andy?
Not me.
Not you. Okay. All right, I'll ask you.
What about you, Dr. Jacalyn? Let's turn it on to you. What are you doing that's mind-blowing?
Yes.
Well,
Dr. Jacalyn.
We have a new book series coming out, Dr. Chan, and it's called The Magical Adventures of Lady Ella and Her Superpowered Friends. And Caroline, Miss Caroline, is the star of the whole book series.
Serious?
Yes,
wow. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, well done, Caroline.
I kept a little under my hat until Dr. Jacalyn was ready. You know, the hat that you can't see.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's fabulous.
So between doing that and getting the illustrations ready, and then book 4, Lady Ella Calls and the Ocean Listens, and then 30 shows a week, and so on. And then the reunion shows coming up a week from Sunday that I've got coaching clients. Not much, actually.
That's a lot. 30 shows a week. That's a lot.
I don't know how you do it.
No, me neither.
It's a solid core. That's how I can do it.
It's
But anyway, I don't want to take away the rest of the time. And again, not a paid spokesperson, in case anyone's listening out there. So how can our viewers and listeners reach out to these 3 angels? Dr. Chan.
Thank you. Anybody wants to contact me, they can contact me on madalenecarolchan@gmail.com. That's MADALENECAROLCHAN@gmail.com. And please contact me if, number 1, you would like a song about your experience in life, whether it's a celebration or whether it's something you've gone through that's quite traumatic and you've managed to get through it. And we can, myself and my production team at Songs for You, can write a song, and I myself, being a singer-songwriter and a performer, can help you actually if you want to actually sing the song. So there's that. And then, of course, if you are at a point in life where it's not making sense anymore, the way that this life is, then hop on to USA Global TV/education, and you can then sign up for courses that myself and Dr. Jacalyn have
Caroline.
created. Oh, sorry, and Caroline. Sorry, Caroline. Maybe Jenetta's going to join us again as well soon. And yeah, there's courses of power of elevated listening in different areas. So transforming yourself, facing your fear, changing your life, connecting to your heart, and living a free life as we are creator beings. So from a human conditioned life to being free and being creative being and being in contact with your heart. I'm a soul voice awakener. So that's it. So please contact me. Yes, I would love to hear from you.
Thank you so much. We don't have time for anyone else, unfortunately. No, Caroline, please go ahead.
Kidding me? Oh no.
Well, if you have stress, you're not sleeping, you've got a relationship that's gone sour or being difficult, you've got some work stress, if you have any physical, emotional pain, you know what I mean? Whatever it is that you're complaining about, that's just not working in your life, reach out. And I really mean that. Reach out to me on nomorestress@live.co.uk and arrange, book in, tell me what's wrong, tell me what you want help with, and I will help you bust your stress in that one aspect, one symptom. My email, nomorestress@live.co.uk, or call me on +44 if you're international, 0 if you're local, 7523 120 189. I really am here to help you break through your stress so that you become more peaceful, more connected, and you have a happier sense of well-being and deep, relaxed sleep.
It's no more stress, but it's also no more dress when she's doing
Yeah,
what she got.
no more.
Did you notice that?
That was a Freudian slip. Let's go over to Jenetta.
It sure was.
I was thinking of the naked therapist, but we'll carry on now. Yes.
That's another new TV show. New TV show.
This is true. So when you are dealing with challenges in life where there's a lot of dissension, where you're not sure how to move forward during the day, you can logicalize it and go, okay, I know what I'm going to do. And you know that 3 o'clock in the morning episode where you wake up going, oh, that's not going to work. It's terrifying. That's where I help people to get through and communicate clearly to themselves and others in really accurate ways where that judgment and that fear comes into manageability, and you can see a bigger picture instead of just one aspect of what's happening. And that's when you can access your inner wisdom really accurately. And if you'd like a piece of that, you can visit me at theepiphanyprocess.com or get hold of me on +44 777 423 0464. And the other part is, if you're interested in being part of World Jenny's Day or to be part of our gala evening and come to it, we're putting together a guest list. And if you'd like to fill in the form to that guest list, or learn more about what World Jenny's Day is all about, or perform for World Jenny's Day, then go to worldjennys, JENNYS day.com. And you'll get all the info there. And again, you can get me at the same telephone number, +44 777 423 0464. And that's my WhatsApp number.
All right, WhatsApp. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for another fabulous show. I really do love you each and all. And I appreciate you being here at night and in the wee hours of what's going to be morning soon for Jenetta. All right, we're signing off for today. Please do join us again next week. And also, if you'd like to join us on our reunion show, as I look for the graphic that I can't find, we'd love to have you. It is next, here it is. It's next Sunday, the 23rd, and we've got about 5 openings left. So please do book in over on our website, usaglobaltv.com. All right, we're signing off. We'll see you later. Thank you for your support and for being here. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.